up, Taiwan? Hope you're enjoying your Lunar New Year holiday. I'm Liao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's big tour operators are the latest victims of growing tensions with Beijing. The government has U-turned on plans to let them restart organized tours to China. It's left many operators in shock, as John Van Trieste now reports.
Taiwan's tour operators have been dealt a big blow. The government has walked back on plans to allow tour groups to China, a ban put in place during the COVID pandemic. There will be a brief exception for tours that are already organized and paid for. But come June, the ban will take force again, closing off one of the tourism industry's biggest markets. The government says China's unfriendly attitude toward Taiwan is to blame. China claims Taiwan and regularly threatens to invade. But in recent years, it's tried to sway Taiwanese people with economic pressure too. A Chinese ban on its citizens visiting Taiwan, imposed in 2 stages from 2019 to 2020, still stands. Businesses that relied on Chinese tourists are still struggling, if they've survived at all. And there's also been psychological pressure too. China recently rerouted one of its domestic flight paths, moving closer to the center of the Taiwan Strait that separates Taiwan and China. Officials in Taipei have long seen anything past it as a no-go zone for China.
我已经知道我要被骂。我过去在立法院所谈的，我是非常正面的支持两岸人民的交流。我们对他的这些太多遗憾了哈，就是他没有给我们善意的那个。
Independent Taiwanese travelers are still free to travel to China. But in Taiwan, many prefer organized tours, and China tours are especially big business. The government planned to cap the daily number of Taiwanese tour group members at 2,000 a day. But even if tour operators didn't expect an immediate return to the pre-pandemic days, when the big companies sent around 10,000 clients to China a month, they did at least hope for a gradual return to normal. Their reaction to the news has been bitter.
突袭式的宣布让我们业者非常的错愕难过，甚至呢这个农历年呢很多业者可能连夜饭都会吃不下。
如果是2025年事件真正危害到台湾，那我希望他宣布全台湾的民众不准赴大陆。为什么要禁止旅行团？这剥夺我们旅行社的工作权呢？
As Taiwan's ties with China remain fraught, a tourism industry dependent on goodwill from both sides is stuck in a difficult position, with no obvious way out. Li and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is considered the most LGBTQ+ friendly country in Asia, particularly since legalizing same-sex marriage in 2019. But even that landmark ruling left some members of the community behind. Reese Ayers reports.
Forget sign off. Cabinet the dorm is huge.
Enjoying a rare day together in his apartment in Taipei, speech and debate coach Chase Williams is with his husband, Mark Maccabetus. They seldom see each other, as they're forced to live cities apart. Because Maccabetus, who's Filipino, is in Taiwan on an extremely restrictive migrant factory workers visa, which means he has to live where he works, and that's partway across the country, away from his husband.
We don't have any other options right now. This is like the option that we're going through.
The couple met in Taiwan and have both lived here for over 5 years, but only Williams, who's American, has been able to apply for permanent residency. On his restrictive visa, Maccabetus can only leave Taiwan once per year. And in 2022, the couple used that to get married in the US, hoping Mark could then live in Taiwan on a more flexible marriage visa. But they faced a problem when they got back to Taiwan.
We ran into an issue where Taiwan wouldn't recognize our valid US marriage because of a gap in marriage equality here.
Courts in Taiwan only recognize same-sex marriages between foreigners if both people are from countries that allow same-sex unions, a condition that doesn't factor in if one of the pair is Taiwanese or for heterosexual couples. It's an inequity that has led Williams and Maccabetus, whose home country doesn't recognize same-sex unions, to the courts.
A lot of the arguments we're making in our filing are about how foreigners are treated in Taiwan across multiple sort of government decisions and how there's an inconsistency between residents and citizens.
According to rights activists, those inconsistencies between locals and foreigners, and homosexual and heterosexual people, stem from the way Taiwan legalized same-sex marriage back in 2019.
in Taiwan, same-sex marriage is legalized in a special law. So it's not to amend our civil code. So some rights are different from what straight people have in the civil code.
But lawyers for Williams and Maccabetus are confident their case will be heard and bring full equality to marriage laws moving forward.
同志运动它是不断地透过每一个当事人的努力，去逐步地达成在文化还有制度上面的成功。
The couple have several months to wait before their case gets heard. For now, they'll continue cherishing their scarce days together until Taiwan's courts bring full equality into its marriage laws and allow them to pursue the married life they'd dreamed of. Justin Wu, Patrick Chen, Scott Huang, Rick Glowett and Reese Ayres for TaiwanPlus.
Welcoming the Lunar New Year of the Dragon, President Tsai is looking to the future. After she steps down in May, she's hoping Taiwan will continue her work on the international stage. Laurel Stewart reports.
With only a couple of months before Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen steps down after 2 terms in office, she's been busy making sure her legacy is solid. Tsai will be replaced by the current Vice President, Lai Ching-te, who is likely to follow a similar line to her, particularly on cross-strait policy. Tsai has been an active promoter of Taiwan on the world stage, something she says is essential to national security. And she used her final Lunar New Year's address to confirm the country's commitment to its friends and supporters.
To our friends around the world, thank you for continuing to support Taiwan. Moving forward, Taiwan will keep working with our democratic partners to maintain peace and stability. We will pursue cooperation and prosperity and make Taiwan one with the world.
She's also been continuing her official duties in the diplomatic sphere. Meeting with Tokyo Governor Koike Yuriko in Taipei, she hailed Taiwan and Japan's continued cooperation in areas like education, disaster relief and tech development.
我们深信我们在日本有个好朋友小池知事，那也希望我们在未来能够有更多的交流，更多的合作。
As Taiwan ushers in a new presidency in the Year of the Dragon, Tsai hopes to have laid a solid foundation for Taiwan's peace and prosperity, and for an auspicious start for her successor. Scott Huang and Laurel Stewart for TaiwanPlus.
As the Lunar New Year holiday kicks off in Taiwan, crowds are lining up for flights and New Year's treats. Tiffany Wong reports.
Making the journey for the freshest ingredients. Business is booming at markets like this across Taiwan as customers make last-minute shopping trips for their Lunar New Year feasts.
年轻人来的话也变多了，外国观光客也有，还是有游览车来的，变成一个观光景点一样。
过年一定要吃的，卖的超好的。买气的话，今年真的是满满的人潮，对对对，整间都是人。
It's part of a rigorous routine for those celebrating the new year, a time to usher in good luck with food and rituals.
今天赶快忙完，然后明天要赶快做拜拜的工作。我昨下来买啊，买无够啊，过年这物件要足济，一间买袂完。
Meanwhile, some are making journeys elsewhere. Taiwan's railways and airports are expecting millions of travelers over the week-long holiday. It's already causing long lines at the airport. Officials are urging travelers to dump prohibited items before security checks to decrease waiting times. But these travelers are willing to wait however long it takes to have the perfect Lunar New Year vacation. Dolphine Chen and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Before we go, check out these puppies celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Puppy Bowl, the one bowl that gives the Super Bowl a run for its money. I'm Liao. Take care and have a great Lunar New Year holiday.